Welcome into Sportscape. My name is Derrick, Clyburn, and I'm joined once again by John Felipe. John, how you doing today?
Salutations. I'm doing well, about as well as you could after Sunday's loss.
Yeah, yeah, it's definitely a disappointing loss after the high of the Green Bay Packers win and then to go down.
And we were riding the world. Horrible.
everything,
Horrible loss.
everything was everything. Everything was
Uh,
great, and then you return home, and then you disappoint, like have a disappointing loss like that. It's definitely
the way it
something that,
happened and the team it happened to, and yeah, it was
yeah,
just all horrible.
yeah, it's a rough day for them, and hopefully they can bounce back. But the
Hey, we're
Colts,
still at
they,
500.
they're still at 500. And the Colts, they made the day a little bit better by winning early in the day. So,
Beating
but
the Falcons. Yeah.
yeah, so that helps out. I mean, the Falcons and the Buccaneers lost, so that, I mean, even though the Panthers lost, that does help the Panthers out a little bit. Both of those teams
Yeah, and
lost.
the Buccaneers lost to the Patriots, I believe, right?
Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, man, another good week of football. Week 10 is in the books. We only got 8 more weeks, or I believe, or 7 more weeks of
8.
regular season football is. Yeah, so I mean, we're getting down to it. We're gonna be getting into playoff hunt, and every game matters at this point. So every team is on edge. You just don't want to lose, like, the teams you shouldn't, or have any meltdowns or letdowns like that. So, but
That's why it was
we
so
just
depressing, because I was just like, I don't even want to play this game. I just want to check this off as a win because this is the game
yeah,
we need to win. It deflates the whole like arc of the season, especially after beating the
absolutely,
Packers. It's just depressing.
absolutely. But yeah, man, let's just get right into it. The Panthers, they lost 17-10 to the Saints. A very low scoring game, but the Panthers, they had opportunities to take control of this game and just didn't, and just let some things go.
The part that
Had some
hurts the
mistakes,
most.
errors. Yeah, it's this. But John, what were your takeaways from the game?
Oh, the takeaways is this sucks. Like, to be more specific, it was is I'm not so much angry at like the Panthers as a product. I'm angry at a series of plays that could have fundamentally changed the game. There was a throw to Xavier Leggett. There was a fumble by Jimmy Horn. There was an interception on that fourth quarter drive by Bryce Young. And I just know he wishes he has that one back. Like, I just
Mhm.
feel like there were a couple of plays that would have made this a drastically different game, and it would have been like, whoa, we need to play better, but luckily we got past them because we should have gotten past them. I think we could have been a better team, to be honest. That's what makes it so sad, makes it so
Yeah,
frustrating, and especially because we would have been within half a game of Tampa Bay, and now we're still 2.5 because, yeah. It's just annoying. It's annoying to deal with that. Like, we could have easily won this game, and we're not like in the hunt because we lost, and there's no fun conversation to be had.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the defense tried to. I mean, kept the Panthers in the game for most of the game. They had a
Nick
couple
Scoring, man,
plays.
the
Yeah,
rookie, looking good.
Nick Scoring was amazing. He had some big plays in that
Right.
game. I mean, some splash plays, some impact plays. Panthers had opportunities that just couldn't, the offense couldn't get going. I mean, after that first drive was amazing. Take us through that first drive real quick, how
Yeah.
great that was.
I mean, the insane part was the turning point of the first drive. Bryce threw an interception, and
Hmm.
it was overturned and became a personal foul.
Hmm.
So there was a lot of turning points throughout this game, and that was one of the turning points. And them being able to go down the field afterwards and get a touchdown. I mean, I was thinking, all right, this is what we're gonna do. Like, we're gonna, we got a lucky break, but we're gonna continue to do that, and we did. That's the thing. Like, I still think are the better team. We just didn't play as the better team that day. and especially with those key plays when Chris Olave got toe tripped with J.C. Horn, and that just became a
Yeah.
free touchdown. I mean, like, what do you do with that? It's not like against the defense necessarily. Like, that's not replicable. So it's just frustrating to see stuff like that. And I think if we played it again, we would win. I really do.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
frustrating part.
Exactly.
Hey, I
Exactly.
understand how the Packers must have felt against us last week.
Yeah. Yeah. W- but that offense after the touchdown drive, they felt like they just couldn't get anything going. What do you think? Because seems like that's sort of been a theme throughout the season. Like they start off had some good drives early in the game, and then after that, like the offense sputters, and
Yeah,
this isn't as productive later in games. What do you think is the reason for that?
I think a big reason is Dave Canales is a very specific play caller. He is Ron Rivera circa 2012. You know, like he's very conservative and methodical, and he's like, I'm gonna go with what works. He's more intuitive than Ron Rivera was offensively. Like he'll try different things, but very risk averse. And
Hmm.
I think we need to take some deep shots down the field, and I think we need to put our best players in position to do so. And that sometimes means putting Jalen Coker in above Xavier Legette, because that was one of the plays that I truly believe that if Jalen Coker was in the same position where Xavier Legette was, where Bryce stepped up amongst pressure and threw it out and put it in the back corner of the
Mm,
end zone, I
yeah.
truly believe Jalen Coker comes up with that catch. And Xavier Legette looked like, not that he didn't try, but it's like he didn't know how to try. Like he just put his arm out.
Yeah.
It's like, no, track the ball. Don't just show you're putting
Yeah.
your arm out. You're
Yeah.
actually trying to track the ball. Put both arms out, locate it. Like it's like, what are you thinking? I don't know what he's trying to do, you know. But I get it. I get it. Some players are just, they're physical and they can make yak. And then some players like Jalen Coker can make awesome catches.
Yeah, yeah. Because it felt like Jalen Coker. I mean, he had some good catches in the game, some really good catches. I mean, we talked
That's
about it
right.
because we watched the game together this week.
Yeah.
We talking about how he was, stretching out for the ball on a couple of
Incredible,
catches, and
incredible catch radius. And he's just
yeah,
soft with his hands and he just knows how to. The big thing is, a lot of people can catch. He knows how to locate it. He sees where it's going to be and he just goes to where it's going to
yeah,
be. You don't have to be big and strong and fast if you just see where it's going to be, and like instead of playing against your position, just act like you're running by yourself and just locate it. And Jalen Coker does a great job of doing that. Imagining there's not even anybody guarding him. He's just like, where's the ball going to be? Which is why I
hmm,
like him so much.
yeah, yeah. And something that the Panthers have been doing well is running the ball well, and they weren't just able to get the running game quite going in this game. So it was more of something that had to be more on Bryce's shoulders. But Jalen Coker, he only had 4 targets in this game. Like how many targets you think he should be getting? Because obviously he should be getting more than 4 targets.
I
But
think it depends on the game. I don't think like I'm not one to like put like this
hmm,
person because they're talented needs to get it needs to be the flow of the game, but I do wish we had a better passing game flow at the same
hmm,
time. Like I feel like a couple of those key plays that we were talking about earlier, Jalen Coker, if we converted, like could have gotten 6, 7, 8, because they were making a
hmm,
concerted effort giving it to him. Um,
yeah,
Brad Idzik, our offensive coordinator, said that in one of his press conferences. So, yeah, it's just frustrating that we couldn't get our offense going enough to get him involved.
yeah. And there were a couple plays when we thought that Bryce probably should have went to him like on some like third down, like shorts. Like we thought that he
Yeah,
could have got out because Jalen Coker might have been open on those plays. So
yeah, I
it's just
remember that.
it's just a work in progress. I mean, the maturation of the offense and continuing to build up the
I
offense
truly,
that they want to run.
I truly believe that, and this is going to be maybe a little difficult to do because we put so much into it, and it's. But Dave Canales, if anything, he's one to just go by who is the most talented. We see it with Rico Dowdle. I truly believe Jalen Coker needs to be wide receiver 2, like
Hmm.
clear and cemented. like run the bulk of the routes that are like the go routes and the posts, and like just give him a chance to
Mm-hmm.
see, because I just truly think he's going to exceed expectations, and I think Xavier Legette will be better suited to be like a gadgety guy.
Yeah, for sure. Because you just see like Xavier Leggett, I think they giving him like opportunity after opportunity, chance after chance to like show up and make a big play, but
Yeah.
he just makes mistakes. He's stepping out of bounds, or he'll drop the ball, or he just won't
Just
be in the right
looks like,
position.
and this is, I can't unsee it. He looks like a train where you need to slowly get your and then he's like hard hitting once it gets to full speed, but it takes a little bit to get the call going. Whereas Jalen Coker, he's like a bicycle, like weaving through traffic.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just difficult to, you can't compare them, and it's hard to have somebody that takes so long to get wound up play a route where it needs to be out quick and the cornerback needs to be afraid of your speed, you know?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Do you feel like they need to do like a better job of just trying to get him the ball, like short passes, like stuff, and like in space, so he can just like because he's good after the catch, like being able
Yeah.
to run after the catch. So and just getting him like more like those like passing concepts type things, because instead of just having him like go downfield or
1000%. I think that's even coming out of South Carolina. Like, homeboy had a quick slant that he had, I think, week one of his senior year that he took to the house. Like, and
hmm
Dave Canales marked that as something like, "Ooh, that's something that we lacked on last year's offense," and he was excited by it. So I feel like, dude, let's just do that. Let's do that
hmm
more. Like,
yeah,
let's give Jalen Coker all the complicated routes where you have to move and do all things. Not saying Xavier Legette couldn't do that. He can, but let's get Xavier Legette moving in one line and being a big, strong truck, ramming through, even if he's not getting the ball. Just like
yeah,
getting that, like him building momentum is going to draw gravity along other people. So then they're going to be able to get it. Jatavion Sanders, Mitchell Evans,
hmm
Tommy Tremble, even. Like, you're going to be able to, if you have Xavier Legette sprinting full and you look for a second, he's running full speed, and you don't want to have to tackle him. You're going to think twice before going, you know?
yeah,
That's where
for sure.
the head coach needs to, in terms of his offensive structure and play calling, where he needs to like suit the players to their best strengths.
Yeah, and I feel
Yo,
like
they
if
should hire me
he
for the Panthers.
yeah. I mean, I feel like if you do something that he's comfortable with, he can gain some confidence. And if he gains some
Yeah,
confidence doing those type of plays, then you can expand him to the role you want him, like going downfield and post routes and all the different type of routes. He can gain some confidence in that way. But since he's
yeah.
not, he's like, oh man, it's like everything's been so like negative or like unproductive. He's been so unproductive. He's just like he's probably thinking too much at this point, because he's like, man, I
He's
haven't been
been
able to catch
thinking
these
too much,
balls, or
dude. And the
yeah.
thing is, you can tell when he's thinking too much. And he's been thinking too
hmm
much, but you can tell when he is, because when he's not, he's so smooth and easy and catches it and it's no problem. Like, you could tell. And then he's like excited, but like silly when he's like serious, you could tell he's like thinking too much.
Yeah, for sure. Because I mean, but yeah, the offense just needs to get going, because the defense I think has been pretty well. I mean, played pretty well. I mean, over the last few weeks, obviously. I mean, Saints only had 17 points, and really, I mean, if it
Yeah.
wasn't for a couple of blown coverages, they wouldn't got those points. You know what I'm saying?
It was
So
depressing because it was such a winnable game. That's the part
yeah,
that hurts the most.
yeah. And I think one of those touchdowns came after the Bryce Young interception too, like that late touchdown that came after the Bryce Young,
Dude, that was
interception.
heartbreaking. You remember, I didn't even say anything. I just walked out like a disappointed father. I was just like, well.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, cause yeah, the offense didn't do much. I thought that like I said, even when they was in the red zone, the Panthers held them to over for 2 for the red zone when they was in the red zone too. So the
Yeah.
Panthers defense was playing well, and
He was
they've been
playing
playing well.
incredibly well, and Nick Scorton is one of our guys. And it makes me feel bad because Nick Scorton just said like something about some guys aren't getting their full heart in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it we can tell. And I was like, dang, he's kind of airing dirty laundry. And I was like, oh man, I wonder who that is or what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. But what do you think? Where do the Panthers go from here? Like, what can they do to get back on track? And I mean, how much? I mean, do you believe they can? Do they have a formula for that?
I mean, yeah, you gotta believe. I got, I mean, we're at 500, so I believe that we have the capacity. It's like saying, yeah, you should have access to affordable healthcare. What does that really mean? I believe we have the possibility. That doesn't mean we can per se, but there's a hypothetical in which we do. So
Hmm.
I think we can kind of succeed. It's going to take us having some miraculous wins against multiple NFC South opponents. The Buccaneers twice. We need to beat them both times. Like now, we put ourselves in that position. Um, the Rams, um, obviously the Falcons next week. That's a non-negotiable. I'm
Yeah,
not even
that's a
going to
must
say
win.
anything.
That's a must win.
Exactly. That's why I'm not even going to say anything about like being confident about it. I'm just going to let it be because I don't want to be. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want
They
it to
need
come
it, man.
back
They
to
need
bite.
it.
Yes, it's necessary, and I respect him as an opponent. Yeah, so yeah, a lot of I think we can. It's a possibility, but we need a lot of things to go our way.
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta take it 1 week at a time at this point. I think Bryce talked about that in his press conference. Like taking it 1 week at a time. Like basically saying like each week we're 0-0. You know what I'm saying? Just
Yeah,
trying to focus on this game. Focus on trying to win this game. And they didn't. He said they didn't do a good job of executing.
yeah,
Offensively and
they did not.
yeah, yeah. So he put a lot of it on his shoulders, and that's what you want to see from a young player, the leader on your team, the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So I have a feeling that he's going to try to have a good play better next week. He's going to play better next week. I feel
I'm
like.
certain. I'm certain because that's the thing. We saw the game. Price made some great throws that like turned out into nothing because of one reason or another. Either the
Yeah,
receiver didn't catch it or there was a flag. Like
yeah.
it was
Penalties
just
definitely hurt too. Yeah, in that game
yeah,
too. Yeah,
yeah. And like it's just like a couple of those would have changed the momentum because it was like so close for the longest. Yeah.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, but as we get along to the other game, let's go to some more positive news, I guess.
Yeah.
Oh man, the Colts, man, they got back on the winning column this week. Improved to 8-2. Had a thriller game. I mean, the game was in Germany. The early game, the international game. Um, they played in a historic arena too, like the what's it called, the Olympic Stadium, where Jesse Owens, where he won his gold medals at. So
It's funny because apparently it gets like super dark early there, and Jenna was watching like, wait, what is this stadium? Because it looks so like bright in the field and then like dark on like the rest.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
apparently where they were, the sun went down in Berlin, and
yeah,
also the shape of the stadium just like made it
yeah,
naturally dark.
yeah, yeah.
But
Because
it
it
was a
looked like
vibe, though. It made it look cool.
oh yeah. Yeah, it definitely did. Cause it looked like I guess like it's kind of like open, like where the field is, and then like where the stands were is like a like kind of like a covering right
Right.
there. So that made it even like darker. So yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah. But yeah, man, it was a good game. I mean, the Colts. I mean, after last week where they had 6 turnovers in a game against the Steelers, which I still don't understand how that happened or why that happened. It was just a crazy game. But
Hey, we lost to
this
the
game,
Saints, so
but yeah, it was a much better game. There were some things that went well and didn't go well too well. the offense looked pretty good, I thought overall. Daniel Jones had a couple turnovers again. I want him to, cut down on the turnovers. I don't like that. It puts us in a,
He's been like
bad
that his whole
position.
career. He's a bit of a gunslinger, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's something. And then like our offensive line the Falcons, man, they had some, I think it was, what's his name? James Pierce, a rookie. Um,
Dude,
he
him and
had
Jalen Walker. I saw the Jalen Walker thing. honestly, his strut is iconic. He goes like this when he because he's so big and strong. He looks like he should be in the WWE, and he goes like. I'm
it
like,
looked like
dang,
a
all
bitch
right.
man didn't walk.
Got your stuff, Jalen Walker. I see you.
Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, those were other than turnovers, I thought he played pretty well. The offense, like I said, got back to moving the ball, getting the ball out quick, some stuff that we doing, play action, rollouts, reverses. It felt like we was like Shane Steichen
Mixing
was
it
back
up.
in his bag,
Yeah.
yeah. So I definitely thought the offense was pretty good. Penalties hurt. There's a couple penalties that we had that stalled drives. Um, there were some, a couple drops, but other than that, I thought played pretty well. The Falcons, man, they present so many problems offensively just because they have Bijan and Drake in London and Tyler Algier had a really good game in this game.
That's what I was
Um,
telling Panther fans. I was like, don't
and
mock them.
Kyle Pitts had a good game.
That's what I
Yeah.
was telling Panthers fans. I was like, don't mock them. We have to play them again. Like we got lucky with the 30-0, dude. Like like I'm not saying we're the worst team. I still think we could have won, but the 30-0 we got lucky with.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're not a bad
And
team.
yeah. And then in the first half, our kicker missed 2 field goals. He missed the extra point and then a 53-yarder
That's your
that could have,
third one
put
now,
more
right?
points.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it's your second one?
So what? Oh yeah, it's our second one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the second one. But yeah, he missed a couple of field goals that could have put more points on the board for us. So that didn't help either. But I think one thing we did in the second half that was much better than in the first half was we leaned on the running game and got the ball to Jonathan Taylor, who had an outstanding game. Probably the best performance from any offensive player like this season so far.
Yeah.
He had
It was
86 yards. 244 yards on the ground, and then
And he really in
42
clutch
in there.
moments. That's the thing. In
Absolutely.
clutch, he got like an 80-yard touchdown when you guys
Uh,
needed it. I told Jen that
absolutely
there was
needed.
like a 1% chance of you guys winning. I was like maybe 1 to 4%. Like, and then after that, I was like, oh, back in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it felt like they had some momentum because we had a couple turnovers, and it was just like our offense was kind of sputtering at one point, and we was like, man, we need like a boost, like a something, like a jolt, something to get the offense going. And then I feel like our defense got to stop it in the next drive. Jonathan Taylor just had that touchdown run. I was like, oh yeah, now here we go, right
Oh
here.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But he was amazing in this game. Like I said, 286 yards, he had 35 touches for 286 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had an outstanding game. Alec Pierce, Alec Pierce and TJ Warren, or Tyler Warren, I'm sorry, not TJ Warren, Tyler Warren. Both of them had really good
He's been a
games.
stud, dog. The rookie
Oh
tight
man.
end.
Yeah. It feels like every game Tyler Warren just has he's like I said, he's just scheme wide open. The way they use him in so many different ways, like I said, in the backfield, lined up outside, line him inside, line him up inside. He just gets open. So and then Alec Pierce, man. Like I said, Alec Pierce has been like our best leading receiver the last couple of weeks since he returned from injury. Oh shoot. Yeah, it's been but like I said, the offense has been better. Definitely better than last week for sure. But
Yeah.
like I said, Alec Pierce, man, for the second straight year, he's leading the league in yards per catch. He's averaging 20 yards per
It
catch.
feels like he's a great fantasy option, like when you need him and he goes off, but you never know when he's about to go off because it's
Yeah,
like 2
yeah,
catches for like 100 yards and a tutty.
yeah, yeah. Like the last couple of weeks, ever since he returned from his injury, really, I think it was 2 or 3 weeks ago. He's been like consistently getting like yards and
Yeah, I
every
knew
single
AB
week.
Mitchell
So
wasn't the move. I was surprised you guys got him. I'm not gonna lie. I could have told you once he fell past a certain point, he's toxic because he has all the tools. And he
Yeah,
had to go from, I think, Alabama to Georgia. No, Georgia um to the
Texas.
Texas. I was
Yeah,
thinking Texas A&M or Texas. Yeah, Texas.
yeah,
So yeah, and so like for people to move schools like that with that type of talent, like there's something going on.
for sure, for sure. Yeah, it just didn't work out with us. Hopefully, it works out with him. He's talented, like you said, talented. He has all the
Yeah, dude.
abilities. I mean, it's probably just the mental, mental part of it. So he just hopefully gets that together. I mean, the Eagles, they take a chance on anybody. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, why not?
yeah, they got all them receivers anyway. They don't really need them to do
Exactly.
anything except
Yeah,
learn and
he could
just
be in the
just
practice
speed
squad, then somebody gets hurt, and then he gets like one reception for 15 yards, and it's like, oh, okay, maybe we'll integrate him.
for sure. For sure. But I thought one thing that Daniel Jones did do, I mean, he stepped up in the clutch in this game. I mean, we had a critical drive that we needed to, to get into send it into overtime. I mean, that helped. I mean, he
Yeah,
has a couple great throws to Michael Pittman and Tyler Warren.
yeah.
And I thought he used his legs well in this game too. Like he converted a couple third downs with his legs too. So
He's funny.
he
I
did.
like seeing him. He's like surprisingly athletic. So you see him
Mhm.
through, and I'm like, oh dang, Daniel Jones. But then you see he's still kind of like low key a white boy. Like he has no change of direction. He like just goes
Yeah,
straight down, and
yeah, for sure, for
I
sure.
mean that ironically. Shout out to all my white.
And like defensively, I mean, I mean, the run they were kind of getting some explosive runs against us a little bit. And then in the coverage, it's a couple of things like I swear I know I say this every week, but the linebackers, man, they all
Yeah,
like I said, our linebackers are not good in coverage. I
yeah.
don't know, they struggle
Always
to
an
like
issue.
defend dudes in coverage. Man. I mean, it's like man, they always be in the wrong position to not make. I mean, this guy just goes right past them and like goes across his face or something. I'm like, bro, what are y'all doing? He's like, oh, and he like the reaction is so late, and then the dude's already running like towards the sideline. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You know
It's
what I'm saying?
linebackers are kind of getting an increasingly
Yeah.
rare breed in the NFL. Like good quality elite, like solid at every step linebackers. Like
Hmm.
it's more and more difficult to find them nowadays.
Yeah, for sure. But I thought I mean, like I said, our defense is, like I said, they're like hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? They're like bend but don't break. You know what I'm saying? They allow a lot of yards.
Yeah,
But they step up when the team really needs it. They get a sack, or they get like they're forced an incompletion, or get a turnover. I think
right.
they're the only team in the NFL that has a turnover in every game this season. So that's something that's
Hey,
good.
hey, that's not too
Um,
shabby.
yeah, for sure. Um, but I think Sauce Gardner had his first game. He played decent. I mean, he played decent. I
Almost
mean, there
had a
was a
pick.
couple
I saw.
plays.
He almost
Oh
had a
yeah, I
pick
saw that play.
in
Oh my
in
goodness.
crunch
Yeah.
time too.
Yeah, that would have been a nice play if he had made that. But he like I said, he played decently well in that game. I wasn't mad at his first game. I think let me see if I can find the stats because I had it.
Hmm.
I don't see it right now, but I think he only allowed like 3 or 4 catches or something like that. Or I think he was targeted 4 times and only allowed 2 catches. That's what I think I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
what it
it's
was.
difficult to tell sometimes, especially if you're playing zone, because I saw him
Yeah.
moving around
Hmm.
for a couple plays, but like not following the receiver to the opposite end. So I was like, okay, so they're in cover two right now, kind of vibe.
Yeah. And when we could get Tre'Davious Ward back, that should help. I mean, because you have two corners that can cover really well man to man, and play in zone too. So that will help. We were without DeForest Buckner in his games. I think he went on IR, so that was something we had to overcome too. He's one of our better defensive players in the
Dude, when I
interior.
saw that, I felt bad for you. I was like, dang, I don't know how long is that. Does it look serious?
I don't know, like necessarily it is said he's on IR, so hopefully he can come back
Yeah.
like in the four
Soon.
weeks. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully he come
Already
back
the second
soon.
half of the season. Like,
Yeah, man, we need him for sure.
yeah, he's a
But we,
stud.
we yeah, we have some young guys that's stepping up a little bit. I think they're playing well behind them. I think they're learning from him,
Yeah.
so they pitched in a little bit. JT Tamolo, I forget his last name is so hard to say, but
Hawaiian bro.
Yeah, but yeah, he had a couple plays in this game that's that helped. In the fourth quarter, I thought he made a couple plays that helped the defense. For
Yeah,
the pressure, a couple tackles, so that helped out. To getting the deep offense getting the Falcons offense off the field, so that helped as well.
yeah,
But like I said, it came down to like a few plays. Like I said, Jonathan Taylor, his play. I mean, this is exceptional play. The
yeah.
83-yard touchdown, and then
He's been
his
a stud.
ability. Yeah,
He's been like the MVP so far, dude.
yeah, man. I mean, he's definitely in that conversation. This will be the year. I mean, like I said, he's leading the league in yards, touchdowns, scrimmage yards. So I mean, he's putting up numbers like crazy numbers, and
Yeah,
to be able to compete with. And I think he's on track for I think he said he's on track for to have 28 touchdowns or something like that for the season.
insane,
Yeah, so
insane.
I mean, he's playing extremely well, and
Yeah,
like I said, he put us on his back in this game because we needed him, because we weren't, you know, the offense was kind of sputtering a little bit, and he put us on his back,
yeah.
especially with that 83-yard touchdown. I mean, that was an incredible play. Matter of
Especially
fact,
the juncture of the game it was.
yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm gonna show that play real quick. I got it queued up. Um, but yeah, man, that was one of the biggest plays in the game. Um, you just see, like, man, this dude. I mean, he goes behind the offensive line, doesn't find it, and then he just sees like an open on the side. He just takes off afterwards, just down the sideline, and he just going, man. He's not
That's
gonna catch
those
him.
I mean, look at him, dude. That's those quads, those calves.
And as you
He's
can
so
see,
explosive, dude. He's like a cow with like the steroids that they give into our beef. He just like pulled up and is like boink and just starts running a
yeah,
straight line. Look at him. Look at that. Oh man, he got tangled up for a bit, but he said, "No, get off of me," and just sprints and accelerates
and
so
he stiffs
quickly.
on that dude at the last minute too.
Yo,
Yeah,
I mean, this dude is something else.
I mean, you see what time it is? It's the fourth quarter. It was 6 minutes left. Give us the lead. You know what I'm
It was
saying?
important. It
I
was an
mean,
important moment
ladies and gentlemen, he's your MVP so far this season. I mean,
so
come on, man.
far. Definitely. I
Absolutely,
mean, it's
absolutely.
undoubtable. I think it's just an objective track
Watch
or
it
like fact.
one more time.
Yeah, we got to
You
see it
just see
again.
him. I mean,
Oh
really, he
yeah,
should have been stopped right there.
he looks like Steve Smith against the Texans. The old heads will know what I'm talking about. Like 2003.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But then, and then like the next drive, I think we got for the drive that sent us in the regulation. We got to show this one play. That probably the biggest play of the game. It was a fourth down, like the drive that we needed to get. Where we needed to score a touchdown or get a field goal to tie the game and send it into overtime. But um, it's a throw by Daniel Jones to Tyler Warren. Um, this dude, like I said, um, Daniel Jones, he's been making plays all season long, playing like a really quality quarterback, making big time plays when you really need it. So
Oh
yeah,
man,
but
this
this right here, this
throw
was a critical
catch was
play.
incredible.
Like I
That
said,
was
1 minute
incredible.
and 17 seconds left. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. 4th and 2 with 1 minute and 17 seconds left. Last drive. We're down three. You need it. If you don't make this play, you're gonna lose the game. So this is a play that they really needed. Um, but here we go right here. And I mean, he just makes and look at Tyler Warren. Just the way he goes and catches that ball. I mean, he's a he's a stud, man. He pretty much just catch everything. If he throw it in his area, he's catching it. I mean, it's inevitable. You know what I'm saying?
He's like everything we
Just a
wish Xavier
critical play
Leggett
in a
was.
game. Yeah, and I mean, just to be able to break that tackle, and then he gets out of bounds too to save time. I mean, his IQ. I mean, he just makes big time plays for us. And we have someone to be able to step up like that as a rookie. I mean, that's amazing.
Yeah, yeah. I thought he would be a stud. I really did like him. Honestly, I did not expect us to take T-Mac. I thought we were going to take Tyler Warren before we did take another receiver. But I'm
Wow.
glad we did.
You thought that they would take him like at what at 8, or y'all
Yeah,
was going you thought they may trade back for him, or what was you was thinking?
I thought. Well, I thought we would take him at 8. I if we had to pick at 8, like if we would have trade back, there would have been so many other variables, Jalen Walker and whatnot. But I thought at 8, if we were going to take an offensive player, it was going to be Tyler Warren, because I thought they were thinking, okay, we're going to make a difference maker at our position, and this dude is just going to be a difference maker, even if it is like a position that's like tight end. But I didn't think of T Mac. I didn't really know what to expect, but as of now, I'm glad we took him. Like I'm actually, I would almost
Oh yeah.
prefer him because of how good of a receiver he is. But it must be fun to have Tyler Warren at the same time.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like I said, the T Mac pick I thought was great for the Panthers because they needed a number one receiver, no
Yeah,
doubt. And then I mean, there'll be tight ends in the upcoming drafts too that I think they're pretty good, so they have another opportunity. But yeah, man, this is an amazing game. I mean, and then like I said, that play sent us in the overtime. Will help send us in the overtime. I think there's a couple more plays we made, and then we hit the field goal to send us in the
right.
overtime. Defense stepped up on the first drive, stopped them, gave us the ball, and then like I said, we pretty much just put it to bed at that point. Jonathan Taylor, he had a few runs and then ran it in for a touchdown and gave us the win in Germany in an international game, a
I
game that
know
we
that's so
absolutely
sick that
needed.
it
We
was in
couldn't afford to
Germany.
have 2 losses in a row.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I think that was their first game in Germany too. I think that's what they said. The first game in Germany, NFL game in Germany. So
yeah, yeah. And the Panthers played last year, and it was funny because I saw so many Panthers jerseys, just because they had played last year and won, and like they just pick a team now.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But I think there was a couple stats I wanted to show from Jonathan Taylor in this game. Like I said earlier, I mean, was that that's his 5th game with at least 3 touchdowns through 10 weeks. He's the first running back in NFL history to have 5 games with at least 3 touchdowns through 10 weeks. So I mean, like I said, he's
That's
having an
crazy.
historic season for a running back.
3 touchdowns.
Yeah,
That's
man.
wild.
Running backs in NFL history with multiple 200 rushing yard games and three rushing touchdowns.
I
Jonathan
love how it's
Taylor,
three
Adrian
modern
Peterson,
people and Jim
Derrick
Brown.
Henry, and Jim Brown. So like Jim Brown has all the stats. I mean, he was. That's why a lot of people say he was the greatest running back of all time, just because like he was amazing when he played back in the day.
Yeah.
And this one more graphic I got. Um, so this right here, this says like the top 10 like Russian leaders. Single game performances this year.
Oh,
You see Rico
yeah,
Dowdle, he's on there twice.
twice.
Yeah, I mean those 200 those games, he incredible games. And then you see Jonathan Taylor's on there 3 times. I mean,
Oh
you,
wow, look at that.
you see like he's on there like last week's game, and then so like I said, man, he's having an incredible season.
You know what's
And like I
wild?
said, there's so many good running backs, man.
You know what's wild is before Jonathan Taylor had that 244 rushing yard performance, James Cook was the number one running back. And you know the team that he put up
Hmm.
those numbers against? The
The Panthers.
Panthers. We would have been
Oh
one
man,
and
that's
two
funny.
if it wasn't for that.
Oh man, but yeah, but like I said, man, the Colts moving in the right direction. Like I said, 8-2. I mean, you can get better than that. I think, like I said, I
Yeah.
think we only won 8 games last year, so we already matched our win total from last year. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we're having a season that nobody thought we would would have and be able to have a chance to get home field advantage and fight for the number one seed at AFC. Nobody thought about it. I definitely didn't think this would be in this position. So
Right.
a credit to Shane Steichen, his staff, and the players stepping up and playing up to their potential. But like I said, man, I think we're going to a bye week too. So we got a bye week before we, hit that final stretch of the season. We're gonna, hopefully we get some players healthy, um, hit the drawing board, maybe even create some new schemes, get Sauce Gardner more, help him learn the playbook better. You know what I'm saying? So
Oh yeah.
we're
Once
in
he
a good
gets,
position going into the bye week, and I like where we are.
he's gonna get going. Once Sauce can get himself like acquainted, he's gonna be a stud.
Definitely. But yeah, man. Let's go into some storylines around the league. I think the first thing I want to talk about, I know we talked about this briefly, Jonathan Taylor in the MVP conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I think it's the last person to win MVP as a running back was Adrian Peterson, correct, in 2013, I
Yep.
believe, right?
That's right.
So,
After the ACL.
like I said, I mean, yeah, that was a crazy season. He had a crazy season. I mean, but yeah, man, the fact that he's in this conversation, I mean, you probably put Matthew Stafford in there. You probably put Drake May in there. Patrick Mahomes, I guess. Um, some people might want to put in Sam Darnold. I don't know, but um, but I mean, he's playing extremely well, and I think he deserves to be in this conversation. But I mean, think about all the great running backs we have in this league, and he's putting up these type of numbers. I mean, you got Christian McCaffrey and Jameer Gibbs and Bijan Robinson and
I mean, if
all
it's
these types of
just
dudes.
if it's pure MVP, most valuable player, and that's what we're gonna make the spirit of the award, it's not really disputable. Like he has been the most valuable player for his specific team, and they're successful, and he's the engine of their success. So, like, I mean, I think it meets all the criteria that you would need for the most valuable player. But it's just politics at this point. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, because like I said, but the last 12 years a quarterback has won. So I mean, it's like they're not even thinking about any other position at this point. They're like, this is a quarterback award. You know what I'm saying? Let's just give it to the
What
best
we need to
quarterback
do
that
is
year.
create another award. I've been saying this to all my friends, dude.
Hmm.
Anybody that would listen, like, we need to create a different award where obviously MVP is going to be quarterback award. We can keep the name MVP. We don't even need to change the name, but let's create another award where it's the most effective player, something we can call it whatever it is, but it's not a quarterback. So
Yeah,
all these skill position players, these receivers, these running backs that are insane over the years will get recognized at the highest honor, you know?
yeah,
And I know there's
for sure.
offensive player of the year, but it's not the same as the
Hmm.
prestige.
Right. Yeah, exactly, for sure. And like I said, man, he putting up insane numbers. I mean, he's like I said, leading the league in yards and touchdowns and scrimmage yards, all that different types of things. And like I said, 8-2. He has the Colts at 8-2, like which nobody thought would happen. And he's big.
Not
He's probably
nobody.
the biggest.
That was like the Panthers 2015.
Yeah, like, and he's the biggest reason. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be in that conversation. But we do got to talk about Matthew Stafford, man. I've been watching him. I mean, he's been playing extremely well. Think about like going
He's a
into the
stud.
season, what he was going through. We didn't even know if he was going to play. Like they were saying, he might not even play because remember he's dealing with that back injury. I mean, they had
I'm
him in
convinced these people aren't human beings. Like they're talking about he needed an epidural.
yeah,
Like that's wild. And now
yeah,
he's just like playing at a high level. Nah, these people are aliens. Or they're just like injecting them constantly with drugs.
yeah. I mean, what when they had him like in some type of machine or something they were using like before the offseason, like during the offseason, people were talking about it, like they had some type of device or something they had him in, like outside
I,
like the practice facility or
I
something.
did not know that. What was it? What was the device?
I forget what it was called, man. They had, like people were talking about that they were saying like he had to like they had some type of machine or something he had to be in to help like with his back injury before the game, and everybody was just like, oh man, they gotta do something like over the top to help get him in, out here. This might be his like last year. He might not play well. He might not even play in during the season. It was like talking about Jimmy G. Like they might need to get Jimmy G of Jimmy Garoppolo ready. You know what I'm saying? But
Man, I remember that talk during fantasy season because people were like, "Oh, Devontae Adams, is he going to be good? Is Puka Nacua going to be good?"
yeah, yeah. I mean, they've been awesome. I mean, Puka and
They haven't.
Devontae. I mean, one of the best receiver duos in the league, obviously. And then they got Kyron
I
Williams
would say the
as the
best
running back.
right now
Mm-hmm.
because Jamar Chase and T. Higgins don't have their quarterback.
Yeah, yeah. And AJ Brown, Devontae Smith, they don't throw to him enough.
And the Eagles, yeah, the duo doesn't get enough receptions.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, and then they got Kyron Williams in the backfield. I mean, and Sean McVay, you know how he gets down. One of the best play callers in the league. I mean, with that
Incredible.
type of offense. But yeah,
He's so
Matthew
smart
Stafford.
with it. We have to play them. Oh, we should have won the Saints game because we have so many hard games to go.
And
We
I
have
know
to go against
firsthand about
Kyle
it.
Shanahan, to go against
Yeah,
Sean McVay, twice the Buccaneers, and our break week is the Seahawks. we
got
okay.
a
We
gauntlet coming up.
definitely
A
we
gauntlet.
definitely have to win against the Falcons. Like that's for certain. unless
Absolutely.
unless let's just tank now and let's get the best play. Let's get Josh Downs. Everybody's talking about him out of Ohio State, the safety. Let's just
Oh,
tank
Caleb
now.
Downs. Yeah.
Yeah, don't give us any hope if it's not going to happen. I'd rather just fall.
Yeah. But man, like I said, Matthew Stafford, he's playing at an extremely high level. There is this one, I think he has 20 touchdowns. What they say he had 20 touchdowns and zero interceptions since week 4. So over the last was that 6 weeks, he's had 20 touchdowns and zero interceptions. I mean,
Wow.
that's just incredible. I mean, and that's what in 6 games spent. I think they said like something like he only had like 25 touchdowns all of last year or something crazy like that. So
That shows the efficiency too of Sean McVay's offense.
absolutely, absolutely. I
Because I
mean,
mean,
for
look at
them
what
and
he turned Puka Nacua into what he is. Like he's just I mean, if Matthew Stafford had this his whole career, he might have had multiple rings by now.
for sure, for sure. And like I said, and like I mean, their defense isn't great. So I mean they're okay, but they're not like the best defense. Like they're optimistic. Like I think
Their D line, I like their D linemen, like Byron
the D line
Young,
is good. I mean, they
Fisk
force turnovers. That's
is
one
there,
thing to do.
right?
Hmm?
The duo from Fisk, I think, is Brandon
Oh
Fisk,
yeah, Fisk and what's his name, Byron Young or something like that.
Byron Young, Brandon Fisk, oh, and Jared Verse, and they were the two were teammates at Florida
Yeah,
State too.
yeah, yeah.
I
Florida
know
State.
because
Yep.
they traded with the Panthers to get Brandon Fisk to pair with.
Yeah, yeah. So the defensive line is good. Yeah, for sure, for sure. It's the secondary is a little, iffy though.
Yeah,
Um,
ever since Jalen Ramsey left.
yeah, for sure. But yeah, man, Matthew Stafford has been playing at an extremely high level. Like I said, he's also in the MVP conversation. I would say it was him, it's Jonathan Taylor, Matthew Stafford. I would probably, throw Drake May in there as well. I mean, he has a
I
team. I think he's
know it's weird to say, but
8-2 as well. Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
So man, he has his team. Like nobody thought the Patriots would be where they are right now either. So you know what I'm saying? Drake May, the way
he's
he's
been
playing, the
incredible.
way he put this team on his back, and the lack of weapons. I mean, he doesn't have like a star weapon. I mean, Stephon Diggs has gotten better. Like he's played better over the last few weeks. Like he's getting better. Feels like he's might be get back to his old form. But before that, I mean, he didn't have nobody really. I mean, you didn't know who these dudes were that Drake May was throwing to. Really, he was like, man. And then the run game was not existent. But Trevion Henderson had a great game yesterday. So
Yeah, he broke off a long one.
you had a couple touchdowns. So it was like, so they're moving in the right direction as well. I mean, they're really good against the run as well. So that's a good recipe for success when you have a good offense and then you stop the run as well. Good at stopping the run. So it's a good recipe for success.
Oh
But yeah,
yeah,
Drake May's been putting up crazy numbers as well. But those are probably the top 3 candidates I'll probably say.
yeah.
Like I said, Jonathan Taylor, Matthew Stafford, Drake May.
I
Um,
agree with all those. I think those are three good candidates. I think if it's going to be a non-quarterback award, like where it's like somebody that's an offensive player can get it, it's going to be clearly Jonathan Taylor. But
absolutely.
if not, it would be interesting to see a dark horse like Drake May or even Matthew Stafford, a dark horse like Matthew Stafford.
Yeah,
I
yeah, because
mean,
nobody had those guys winning. Yeah,
yeah, exactly. And so seeing those guys at the top, it'll be interesting to see.
definitely, definitely. Um, the Seahawks, they've been playing well as well. I mean, as well. But but yeah, they like I said, they put up like 40 something points again against I forget who they played yesterday. I forget at the moment, but
Bears? No, the Giants played the Bears.
I forget who they played, but they've been playing well. They've been putting up points every single week, and their defense is really good. Like that's the part of their team that I really like their defense because they got a really good defensive line. Their secondary is excellent. I
Was
think
it
they
the
had I
Cardinals?
think the Cardinals. That's who it was. The Cardinals.
Ah, there we
Yeah,
go. I was thinking about it that whole time.
yeah. The Cardinals they played face the Cardinals yesterday. Who benched Kyler Murray the other week? It's
Yep,
just crazy.
yep.
Well, I
Well,
wouldn't say
because
it's
he's
crazy,
hurt.
but yeah, I wouldn't say it's crazy. But Jacoby Brissett, funny enough, has been playing better than Kyler, which is interesting. But
I could imagine.
yeah. But yeah, the Seahawks, man, their defense is really good. I think they have the number one run defense in the league. Like I said, their secondary is excellent. And Sam Darnold, he's been playing better. And Jackson Smith and Jigba, I mean, he's been playing incredible as well, leading the league in receiving yards. Um, and then they just added Rashid Shaheed. I mean, so their offense is gonna be really explosive. I guess they want to get more production from the run game. That's probably the major concern. You know what I'm saying? Their run game isn't like the best. I mean, like I saw like something like they're they're like top five like in rushing attempts, but like bottom five in like success rate when they run the
Ooh,
ball. So
dang,
yeah,
so you're doing it a lot, but bad at it. Great
yeah,
combination.
yeah, that's just a bad combination. So that's something they got to work on. But like I said, man, there's so many teams in the NFC right now. Like we talked about it last week a little bit, like the Eagles, the Lions, um, Rams, Buccaneers. I mean,
Yeah,
Packers.
the Bucks have been really good
Yes.
too.
So it's like, man, you don't know who's gonna come out the NFC, but there's so many good teams. The Seahawks probably been playing the best team out of all those teams, though. I think so. Like
And we
just
have to play
because,
the Seahawks. We have to play the Bucks twice, the Seahawks, the Rams, the 49ers. Oh, and we just lost to the Saints. Dude, I don't know how we're going to get through this. I hope
yeah,
we're just.
I think it's honestly we just play bad against bad teams and we play well against good teams.
That's
so
true.
hopefully that.
yeah,
Oh,
that's
no,
yeah.
you heard what she
Maybe,
said? Because we
yeah,
just
maybe the
beat the
Panthers.
Packers. We did just
I
beat the
don't know
Packers.
what's wrong with us.
It's true.
We act like we don't know how
Yeah,
to play when we get a bad team in the building.
You just let them do whatever they do.
yeah, maybe
We're
the
like,
team that
oh,
plays good against the good teams and plays bad against the bad teams. I don't know.
Exactly. Hey, and
Yeah,
I'll take it because we got a lot of good teams left in our schedule.
a lot of good teams, yeah,
Almost
man.
exclusively. That's why I'm like, oh man, we still have the Falcons next. We have to beat the Falcons. Like, we needed to beat the Saints, but we have to beat the Falcons. Like, or else it's gonna be like we win against like the 49ers, and then we're like, good. That had to happen, or else the season was dead. Like, I do not want to be in that mode against really good teams. Like,
Yeah, for sure. Another storyline. The Ravens they won again. They're only one game back from the Steelers now since the Steelers lost to the Chargers. And one more about the Steelers. I don't know how we lost to the Steelers last week. That had to be the most like flukiest game I've ever seen in my
oh
life.
yeah.
Because watching the Steelers this week, I was like, bro, this can't be the team that beat us last week, bro. Like this team, I mean, they look awful this week. I was like, how did we
Yo,
lose
that's
to
how the
this team?
Packers must feel about us.
I don't know how we lost to the Steelers last week. I'm like, bro, I'm watching them against the Chargers. They couldn't get nothing going offensive. I'm like, man. I'm like, this team beat us last week. Come on, man. But I mean, it happens because it's the NFL. It happens. You never know who's gonna win from week to week.
Any given
Teams
Sunday.
play up, play good, play bad. You know what I'm saying? But I think the Steelers are a flawed team. I think so. Like I said, I don't know how we lost to that team, but But I digress.
Yeah,
But yeah, like I was saying, the Ravens are only one game back from the Steelers now in the division for the AFC North, so that's something to keep your eye on. The Ravens, they're trying to get back in position to win that division so they can make the playoffs. They beat the Vikings yesterday, so they're and they got some. I wouldn't say some opponents they should beat going forward too as well. So they're moving in the right direction. So we'll see what they do. Um, but yeah, and other news, some really big news that happened. The Giants they fired Brian Daboll. I
that
mean,
was huge. Yeah.
that was a huge news. What was your reaction to that? What do you think about that move?
I think it was disappointing. I think that was premature. And I was actually, just a few weeks ago, the Giants were the most fun, feel good story in the league. Like they saw the rise of Cam Scatterboo and Jackson Dart and Brian Dable, and you saw them behind the scenes. They were building a culture. So I think it's just
Mhm.
dumb to scrap it now just because you get an injury with the running back and you are building and not winning every game. I mean, it just
Yeah,
doesn't make any sense. To me, it just doesn't make any sense.
yeah. It's definitely an interesting move. I don't know what it. I'm sure his record is way below 500.
Yeah, it's 20 and 40.
Yeah, 20 and 40.
But
So
I
yeah,
was
I mean
thinking he was moving in the right direction. I mean, might as well. You've
yeah.
stuck this long.
I think what it was now, like thinking about it and like looking at it, I think they didn't like the way he was using, like as far as putting Jackson Dart in harm's way, kind of the thing, type of thing. Like they probably thought he was running the ball too much. I saw this one stat too. It's like he leads the league among quarterbacks in like rushing attempts this year. And he's only played he didn't play the first I don't know 3-4 games or something like that. So that's
Yeah.
crazy for him to be leading the league, in rushing attempts, and he's only
But
played
to be honest, John Gruden said the same thing about him. He was like, dude, you need to. You just I don't want to be yelling in the medical tent saying, Dart, where are you at? That's what John Gruden said to him. Like, you better take care of your body in that John Gruden
yeah.
way.
Yeah, he's definitely reckless with the way he runs the football too. Like he tries to
Yeah,
like
dude.
run over dudes and like he takes unnecessary hits. So maybe they
So
thought
many
that was
times.
something. Maybe they thought this.
No,
Maybe
it's
Brian
like
Dale should have done a better job protecting them.
him and JJ's alter ego 9. They take a lot of hits. 9 loves the contact.
Not 9,
JJ
bro.
doesn't
Come
like
on, man.
it, but 9 loves the contact.
Should have just kept that to himself. But yeah,
LOL.
that's funny. But yeah, maybe that's what they thought, and it is maybe it definitely is weird because like, why did they fire them at the beginning of this season though? I just don't understand. Like,
Well,
would
why
they expect them to win a
wait
lot of
until
games this
the end?
year?
Why did they wait until the end of the season? Do they think it's going to get better now? It makes no sense that we're starting to build a culture. It makes me actually feel bad. Like I was actually excited for what them like, especially Cam Scatterboot before he got hurt and Jackson Dart.
Hmm.
Like they were building a fun culture.
Yeah,
Like I was excited for
they
what.
should have just fired him during the offseason. I don't know why they didn't, but
But since they didn't, why do it now? Why not just wait until the end of
why
the
do it
season?
now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so I mean, like I said, that they're weird. The owners are weird. I don't know what they're doing, but they making
Mara's
some
going through
crazy
cancer
decisions.
treatments too right now. John Mara is going through cancer treatments now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
don't know who's doing it day to day, who's facilitating, or maybe he is.
yeah, maybe. Yeah, but it's a crazy. I mean, I don't know. I ain't gonna say it's unexpected, but I guess it was unexpected because I don't think anybody expected him to do it during the season. I mean, if anything, like after the season was over, you might do that. But do that during the season, and I guess, like you said, like the chemistry between him and Jackson Dart. I thought Dart was playing well when he played. I mean, he had some really good games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
dude. And they were cool together. They were like tight. Like you could tell, like behind the scenes, locker room stuff. Like it seemed like they had a budding, like real what you need, a great relationship between a great coach and a great quarterback. And see, maybe they're not that now, but see what you could like work towards. And I can't believe it. It's a short sighted decision. I feel bad for the organization, to be honest. And I would have said fire him all the way like last year, the year before, the year before. But now that they finally had their quarterback and they were meshing together, that makes no sense at this moment, you know?
Yeah, definitely. It doesn't make much sense right now. But another thing that happened, the Bills, they lost to the Dolphins yesterday. I think was it 30 like 16 or something like that. It wasn't that close really, to be honest with you. I thought those were like garbage time touchdowns the Bills got. But the AFC, like I said, with the way the AFC, I guess I heard somebody say something that was interesting. They were saying like the Patriots, they have a good chance to win that division. It's like the Bills, they might be, in a bad position, like in a position they haven't been in a long time, where they haven't, had a home game in like the playoffs. Because if you win the division, you get a home game in the playoffs. So they're gonna have to be on the road a lot. Like their path is gonna be so much more difficult,
Yeah.
to get to the Super Bowl. So are the Bills like trending downwards? What you think? You think they're trending downwards, or you don't think that's gonna really factor
It's
in?
hard to say. It's just like any given Sunday, just like us. The Bills beat us down, you know,
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
they beat the Dolphins, or the Dolphins beat them down. I mean, it's just
Mm-hmm.
any given Sunday. It's difficult to pinpoint like where a team is outside
Mm-hmm.
of just the game itself, like that game on that Sunday, you know, it's difficult to pinpoint like if you're able to move in a positive direction because sometimes it looks like the Panthers have been, looks like you're heading in a good direction, and then it's just there's so many nuances that go into it that like it could have been you exploited a weakness that was specifically built for your team to go against, and it's a wonky thing that nobody really knows about, but that's why you look so good against a really good team. You know, it's so
Yeah,
hard to tell any given Sunday what would make a team successful. So I
yeah.
I, I would say that being said, I do think the Bills have the tools. I think they have everything they need
Mm-hmm.
to be a contender and quite frankly, one of the best teams in the AFC, if not the NFL. So I think that they're definitely going to be late playoff contenders. If they're heading on a positive trajectory right now, I'm not so sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I think the thing about the Bills is, like I said, the lack of offensive weapons. We talked about this often. I mean, throughout the weeks, the lack of offensive weapons can be concerning at times because like I said, their outside guys aren't the best. Like Keon Coleman, he isn't like getting open like a lot. I mean, Khalil Shakir is good, but you can put somebody on him, blanket him a little bit. I mean, you don't know Dalton Kincaid and them. They're okay tight ends, but they're not the best tight ends. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then I think the Dolphins, they really did like what the Dolphins did last. They really focused on shutting down the run game because like I said, I think I said this stat last week. Like when James Cook rushes for over like 100 yards, I think they're like 6-0. So
Joe Brady at
like
his best, at his
yeah,
finest.
like so I know like this game they really like focus on shutting down the run game. So it makes me wonder if they can't get their run game going, like how productive can their offense be, and is that going to be a problem in the playoffs? With so many different teams, scheming and what they can do, different things they can do, and explosive offenses and different things. This is something to keep your eye on to think about. But I mean, the Bills, they always feel like it feels like the Bills find a way to be productive, even if teams do,
Exactly.
do something. Because Josh
All the
Allen, he
best
just
teams
becomes
do.
Superman. He just becomes Superman. Yeah,
And then they have that X factor at the same time.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, man. Let's get into some fantasy standouts. John, how did your fantasy team do this week?
They won. Luckily,
Hey, that's
I
always
got
good.
lucky. Exactly, I got lucky with some of them. Honestly, I haven't looked. Let me you pull up yours while I'm pulling up mine. I haven't looked at the individual players.
Yeah. Um, this week I would say that fantasy standouts. Drake May. I mean, he's playing extremely well. We talked about that a little earlier.
Oh yeah.
Like I said, he consistently puts on like a lot of points. So I would say probably closer to the 20s every single week. So you know what I'm saying. He's a productive
That was
quarterback.
a
I
late
mean,
round value.
yeah. I mean, his rushing. Oh yeah, I got him like because when you're drafting, because most people are probably gonna take like Lamar and like Jalen
Exactly.
Hurts,
Yeah.
Josh Allen so early. So you're like, in fantasy, you also got to take into account the rushing ability too.
Oh, dude, do
And
you want to hear this?
yeah,
Sorry to interrupt you, but it just made me laugh because it made me remember when you were here, and I was like, "Well, at least there's some silver lining." My MVP, Chris Olave. Oh my god, me 21 points, won the game for me because I won by 10.
the dude was incredible last week. Like I said, he had that touchdown. I mean, J.C. Horn fell to the ground. That's unfortunate, but he had that touchdown. He had remember that one play we saw when he had that one-handed catch like near the sideline too.
Insanity, dude. Oh, he deserved it. He did a good job, but it just sucks
And
that it was
Tyler Shuck is a little underrated. Like what he did in that game, he played pretty well in that game. Tyler Shuck.
a lot of people are saying that online.
Yeah, so yeah, that
And
was
how do
good.
you- the
Yeah, but any more standouts or disappointments?
So that was a standout. A little bit of a disappointment looks like Michael Pittman, but it doesn't really matter because I ended up winning.
Hmm.
I ended up starting him. Jalen Coker had 5 points. All right. I really bet on Jalen Coker, but I ended up winning in Bosch Dynasty, even though I started Jalen Coker and I sat Alec Pierce, who had 20 points.
Ooh,
I know.
I would have told you to start him.
You see, I was between. I was between, but I thought this was gonna be Jalen Coker's game. And it could have been if we were good
Could
for
have
a
been. It could have been.
annoying. Lad McConkey did an incredible
Hmm.
job. Oh my gosh, how could I forget Jameer Gibbs got like 40 points?
Yeah, Jameer Gibbs. He had a great game yesterday. Yeah.
Those are my standouts and failures.
But yeah, somebody for me for the Cardinals, I want Cardinals running back Imari Demercado.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been really good since James Conner went on IR. But yeah, he's really stepped up into that lead back role type of role.
Is Trey Benson
Um,
healthy or no?
oh, Trey Benson got hurt too. So both of like the top two running
Dang.
backs was hurt. So that's why he even stepped in to step that
Wow.
role anyway. So yeah, I mean, both of them been hurt, but he stepped up and played pretty well. I mean, so I picked him up. I think it was like either last week or like 2 weeks ago, and he's been playing pretty well for me. So he's been a standout for me. Um, he can catch out the backfield. He can run the ball between tackles. He has like he's a speedy bat too, so he has like ability to make explosive runs. So he's been good. Um, who else? Darius Slayton, man, he's been playing pretty well the last couple of weeks. Darius Slayton, for the Giants. Um, like I said, Jackson Dart, he's been spreading around a little bit because Wandale Robinson's been playing well too. So he's been spreading around to different receivers with
That's
Malik Neighbors, who
speed.
got injured earlier in the year. So yeah,
Speed
So
from
Darius
Wandell.
Slayton, yeah. But now that Jackson Dart's out, I don't really trust. I don't know. Well, I don't know. I don't know if he's. Did they ever say he had a concussion? Did they ever confirm that, or do you know?
They just said he was out. So I don't know if he's in concussion protocol or if he was just out with the concussion from that game.
Yeah. So I guess we'll see on that. But if Jackson Dart isn't playing, I'm going to
Wednesdays usually
bench
when they
them.
do.
Yeah, I'm going to bench him because I don't trust Russell Wilson. Now, if they put Jameis up in there, I'll put him in there. But if they put Russell
Oh
Wilson
yeah,
up
I would rather
there,
have Jameis dog than Russell Wilson, freaking Mister Let's
yeah,
Ride.
that's right.
Let's ride my way to the bench, dog, and tap on Mister W to deliver it for us.
Right. I mean, they were booing that man Russell Wilson when he came in the game. Like I heard that, like I was like, dog.
When he came in, or after he like threw poor throws.
Nah, when he came in the
First,
game,
dang,
yeah.
dang, hardcore, hardcore.
Yeah. Um, I would say another a disappointment. Um, JCM. Bill, we call him Bill, but Corey Meskett,
Yeah.
cross get married. This hasn't been his year. I picked him early. Banking on
Honestly, I thought he was going to be
banking
better.
on him. Everybody did, man. And it's funny because like people who I really trust in fantasy who just like I'm in 10 leagues. Like these dudes like in 20 leagues. Like they telling me like, bro, you gotta draft, Bill, you gotta draft. And I'm like, all right. I'm like, hey, if you see
Do
that,
you
I mean,
watch
you've been
YouTube guys?
huh?
Do you watch YouTube guys?
I've
VDGE, a
heard of
YouTube
him. I've heard him. Yeah. Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah,
VDGE.
yeah,
Homo was like all in on Bill.
yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah,
honestly would have taken him. I was like surprised you took him so early. I would have taken him like maybe not the next
yeah,
round, but I would have thought
yeah.
like everybody was sleeping on him.
Yeah, I didn't know when to take him because I was like, man, I don't want to miss out on him, but I want him to, but I didn't want to miss
Because
out on
it
him.
could
Like
be
somebody
a
pick him.
starting running back in a good offense, which neither one
Yeah,
happened, but that's what we
yeah,
were promised.
yeah. Because mainly because Jaden Daniels hasn't been healthy any this year, really.
Yeah.
So that didn't help. Another standout, George Kittle, man. Since he's returned from injury, he's been playing pretty well.
Did he have like 23 points?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It's another standout for me as well.
Like I said, Mac Jones. I mean, he's been impressive since he came into that lineup. I mean,
Yeah.
people were saying like it might be like a little what was it? Quarterback controversy, with
Oh
Matt
yeah.
Jones playing
Yeah.
that. Well, I mean, he had a bad game yesterday. Well, I don't know if he had a bad game, but the Rams, who they played, the Seahawks just smacked them. But
Yeah.
was it the Rams? Oh, they played the Rams. My bad. The Rams just smacked them.
Whatever
So
the team last week was, he got smacked around.
yeah, he got smacked around. So I guess the opening for Brock Purdy to come back this week if he's healthy enough to play.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Mac Jones been playing pretty well too. I had him on a couple of my fantasy teams. Like I think to pick them up because I might probably need a second quarterback or something. But he played pretty decent
That
too.
sounds
So
about right. The reason you would have him.
yeah, for sure, for sure. No other reason other than that. Although some people are saying like, oh, Mac Jones is like rejuvenated. He's got his confidence back. Like maybe he can go somewhere kind of like how Daniel
All
Jones
right.
and Sam Darnold
Relax.
like found like a different.
Relax. Got his confidence back, dog. Has he ever been a real NFL quarterback?
Hey,
Yo.
they're saying he might be the new Baker Mayfield, Daniel Jones,
I'm
and Sam
not
Darnold.
saying I'm not saying he can't be, but like saying he got it back as if he had it really like
Yeah. like, okay,
oh,
guys, calm down a
oh,
little bit.
yeah, relax.
So relax, yeah. I mean, he's been playing. I ain't gonna. He has been playing pretty well, so I got to give it to him on that one.
Yeah.
But we'll see about that. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, who else been playing well for me? Man, Cortland Sutton, he's been disappointing for me. A disappointment, Cortland
2 weeks
Sutton.
in a row. 2 weeks in a row.
Really? I mean, really, a lot of the Broncos, man. Their offense, man, it's so you don't hit or miss.
They
You don't
played
know who's
the
gonna produce
Raiders,
from week to
right?
week. Hmm?
They played the Raiders, right?
Oh my god! And that
Yeah.
horrible game
Yeah.
on Thursday night. I mean,
Yeah.
horrific game. I was like, that's probably one of the most boring games I've watched. Like this, like I think I stopped watching like in the middle of the third quarter, but I was like the whole. I did watch the first half and a lot of the third quarter. I was just like, bro, this game is boring, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like, nobody can score. It's like
I just
I
wanted
couldn't
to know
take it
who
no
was
more.
gonna win, to be honest.
I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, bro, this is bad. This is bad. Both of
No,
these teams
bro.
are just bad offenses, and like I said, that's the one thing that was worrying me about the Broncos. I was like, their defense is outstanding. Like they got, like I said, they lead the league in sacks. They got Patrick Surtain, the best corner in the league. You know what I'm saying? They got dudes all over the defensive line, studs. You know what I'm saying? But that offense is so hit or miss. You never know who you're gonna get with Bo Nix. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's interesting, but you don't want to have any of the guys in fantasy. I mean, from week to week.
No. I would rather have
Troy
somebody.
Franklin has played decent.
Oh yeah, I saw Troy Franklin got like 13 points or something like that.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
rather have somebody that gets 10 points week to week than gets 20 points once every 3 weeks.
yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, Who else had a great week before me? Um, Dalton Schultz. He's been a standout for me. I mean, with
Tight end for
the
the
Texans.
Texans.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. I mean, because they had a lot of injuries to different receivers. Like Nico Collins has been out, Christian Kirk's been out.
They have such bad injury luck.
They have terrible injury luck. Like it's ridiculous. Um, like I said, the receivers are out. So Dalton Schultz has become more of a focal point for their offense. So I mean, he's been really good for him, and I've been benefiting from that. So that's been good. But yeah, man, a lot of different players stepping up. I mean, like I said, it's good to have the dudes back from injuries like Lamar and George Kittle. Like they were out for a while. They was on IR, came back.
I thought Jalen Coker was going to be a freaking stud this week. I'm just waiting for his breakout week because I have him on fantasy and everybody was praising me after I picked him after we traded Adam Thielen. They're like, oh, yeah, he's going to go off.
Yeah, definitely. Kenneth Walker, man, he hasn't been bad, but I think he's been a disappointment for what I thought he would be. At least what people were hyping him up to be. You know what I'm saying? People were just like, I said that stat earlier, right? Like about the rushing stats, how they like not like the top 5 in like rushing attempts, but like bottom 5 at rushing like success rate.
Oh, yeah, you were saying, they tried the most
Yeah,
and they were
but
the worst.
yeah. So I was like, man, because people were saying like I think in the preseason, people was like, oh man, the Seahawks offense, their running game is gonna be incredible. You see how many like they're getting like 5-6 yards to carry. You know what I'm saying? They're hyping them up. I'm like, okay, Kenneth Walker, okay, cool. Kenneth Walker, let me go ahead and draft this dude. I mean, he's been okay. I mean, he has some better weeks than others, but he's mostly like you probably get like 6 to 8 points from him, pretty much mostly average on the average from week to week.
Yeah.
That's not good enough, obviously, but you know. That's what I'm saying. He's been a disappointment for me this week.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people liked him too in like the 3rd round turn. So I mean, I was never in that position, so I could have gotten him, but I'm glad I didn't.
Yeah, definitely.
But I do have Charbonnet because I was able to get him on a discount for.
Hey man, that always works.
Yeah.
But yeah, that pretty much sums up our standouts and disappointments. We're getting close to the playoffs, man. I mean, like playoffs in fantasy start like week 14 some leagues, so we getting kind of close.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on a roll now. Like I can't believe I started 0-5 and now I'm about to be 5-5.
And it's just how it like in the pickup league. That's how it went for me. Like I was like, I think I started off like 3-1. Now I've lost like 4 games in a row or something like that. I don't know, something crazy.
Wild.
Like you can switch like that, man. You can switch like that. So
well, the thing is, I was frustrated because I liked the team that I drafted. I just kept getting unlucky, and I kept looking.
Injuries.
I was like, oh, if I would have played other people, and I wasn't even injured either. Like, and I was like, if I would have played other people, I would have beat you. I would have beat you. I'd have beat you. Like, it just made me so annoyed.
Yeah. Funny enough, I feel like I'm doing better like in the dynasty leagues than I'm doing like in like the like the redrafts. So so the dynasty leagues are doing well, but the redrafts are a little bit shaky this year for me.
Yeah, my dynasty, I have Boch dynasty, which is I'm doing well. Other than I have Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. That's stack. So once Joe Burrow went down, I lost my like engine to the superpower. So I hit a rough patch, but I'm better now. And then the nothing easy league. I don't even know what to do with that team, man. My team sucks so bad.
Yeah, like I said, I'm in like 10 leagues, so what I'm saying, I'm like, I think I have, like I said, probably like in 6 dynasty leagues. Those leagues are doing well though.
Dang, do you keep up with all of them?
Yeah, for sure. I wish I probably haven't been keeping up with it as well. I wouldn't say I'm not keeping up with it, but as far as like hitting a waiver wire, I'm a little like sometimes I'm a little late with that.
Right.
But I set my lineups every week. Obviously, I always set my
Yeah.
lineups. As far as like hitting the waiver wire, is like late.
Like even looking and seeing like which would be better lineup, like starters. So rather than making sure that Like there's not a person that's out or
Oh
somebody's
yeah,
gonna.
yeah. I do that. I do that. I do that. Yeah. I
Oh,
make
so
sure that
you're
I do
like
that.
you're analyzing it and fully getting your best
Yeah.
lineup out there.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. I'm trying to do
man,
my
that's a
best
lot of
stuff
work.
out there. It's work. And usually I get mad sometimes because I'm like, man, I should have hit the waiver wire this week, but I'll be forgetting
Yeah,
because you're at work and you're doing your thing. And you be
yeah,
like,
and then
man,
it's just Wednesday, and it's like at
yeah, you be like,
3 a.m.
yeah, you be like, oh man, I missed the waiver wire and somebody already picked them up, or it would be like something, like, especially at the beginning, like people were putting insane amounts on people. Like it'd be like, be somebody like a backup quarterback or somebody be like, oh, like $60 or something. I'm like, bro, how's I supposed to gonna put $60 on this dude, man? Like,
Dude, that is the thing that makes the FAAB so like it's like a mind game. You have to know exactly what do I think people are going to put down to it. But
right,
also
right,
I only have 200, so what am I willing to give up myself? Like, it's like
yeah.
a mind game.
Yeah, you like, is this dude really gonna help me this year? Like, I might have to put 100 on him. I might not get nobody else. You know what I'm
But
saying?
then
But
you think like, is this the only
I
person
might
I'm
need it.
ever gonna
Right? I might need it
try
for
to?
somebody else. Right?
So I'm maybe do I just put all my money on it? Like there's been a couple
Yeah,
times where I wish I did just put all my money on it because I was like holding it for something that never came. And like I was
yeah,
like, dang, I should have just got that running back week 3 that took over the starting job.
exactly, for sure. But yeah, man, those are our fantasy standouts and disappointments. As we move along, getting was it week moving to was it week 11 now? Week 11 going on to week 11.
I think so.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, the Panthers, they play the Falcons in a really big game, a really critical game for the Panthers. What's one thing you're looking forward to in this game coming up?
Um, I really would like us to correct course. Like if we could just play cohesive offense, play in, play out, efficiency, get past third down, make the throws, make the
Hmm.
runs. That's all I want to see. Like,
Yeah.
does that result in a win? I sure to God hope so. I really
Hmm.
hope so. But even if it doesn't, that's what I want to witness from the Panthers. Like, I want to see
Yeah.
an offense that's functioning and efficient and moves. I'd rather be frustrated at a loss because I knew we could win than being disappointed by everything that we left on the field.
For sure. And you just want them to take advantage of the opportunities that that they provide. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the like if you're close to the red zone, like keep that drive alive and like get in the field goal range or be able to make a play. Like don't shoot yourself in the foot. Like not no penalties or anything like that.
Yeah.
Or like wasn't then the Panthers like force a turnover and like defense like force a turnover and then the offense didn't like do anything with the turnover in that game. At one point.
It was like some kind of flag that was not a flag. Like it was like
Oh yeah, with the field goal thing. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
like it should have been their ball, but it was like some kind of flag that just made it our ball and first down. Like
Mm-hmm.
I never
Yeah.
heard anything about it, and I was like so grateful that it happened to us. Like
we was
thing with the
excited
Colts.
about that. Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah. We was
heard like the leverage
excited
thing.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, leverage penalty in our game and that thing in
Yeah.
y'all game. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
So yeah, I just would love us to be able to work efficiently on offense, especially on offense. And there was multiple
Like I
opportunities.
think they forced a fumble too. Like there's a fumble that their defense
Uh,
forced, and we didn't you know,
so many
capitalize on that.
opportunities.
Yeah.
So many opportunities. It like hurts to look back at it. T Mac dropped one. Xavier Leggett didn't get one. Like the Jimmy Horn fumble. Like
Ooh,
there's
yeah, that hurt.
so
That
it
hurt.
hurt. At the Bryce interception, like there was so many opportunities, and
I think they would have scored if they didn't have that Jimmy Horn fumble. That hurt. That hurt bad. Yeah.
we were right there in the red zone,
Yep.
right there.
Yeah, for sure. I think. Well, the Colts are on a bye week, so I think I would like. I want to see some of these teams behind us lose. That'll be good. Like, I think the Patriots are close in the standings. I see them lose a couple games. Lose this week. That'll be good.
Yeah,
um,
that would be fun to watch. Just watch your fellow AFC Southers lose.
yeah, whoever's close to us in the standings, just see them lose this week and give us some cushion. Help us get that home field advantage. But yeah, hopefully we're preparing well. We're getting healthy. You know what I'm saying? We got a big game. The Chiefs. We play the Chiefs after the bye week, so that's a huge game
That
for us.
should be fun to watch.
Absolutely. Probably like I said, a good test for us to see where we are, see how
Yeah,
serious we can be, and how serious we are. As far as because the Chiefs, the cream of the crop. The best team in the AFC for the last
I don't
6
care
years or
what their
so.
record is. They are a good team.
Yeah, definitely. So, um, definitely just want to see that. But you know what I'm saying, get healthy, get Sauce Gardner, familiar with the system, and to see. Hopefully Tre'Davious Ward can come back and we see the dynamic between them two and just be able to keep this momentum going and come back after the bye as good as we were in, before the bye, you know what I'm saying? Or even better offensively and defensively, you know what I'm saying? So we definitely got some things to look forward to. Like I said, the Panthers 5-5, looking to, become 6-5, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's some. It's probably like you said, one of the easier opponents y'all play down the stretch. I mean, probably the Saints and the Falcons probably the worst two teams y'all play the next few
Yeah,
weeks. Yeah, so maybe the 49ers in that conversation, but yeah,
I mean, and they're a very good team.
yeah,
So that's scary that they're in the conversation.
yeah. So it should be interesting to see what goes on.
And that's
We
on
expect
Monday
this.
night too. So if we get spanked, it'll be on national television.
You got to show up for those games because the Panthers. When's the last time they had a Monday night game? Like, do you know?
No, I don't. It wasn't last
Like to say they must be confident the Panthers gonna put up a good game because they don't
year.
get money. You don't get many primetime games. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude. We really need to win this upcoming game. We really needed to win last week, but that's okay. That's already gone. We need to win this upcoming game.
Yes, sir. The Falcons, they have a good pass rush, so you got to be ready for that. You got to have a pressure
Yeah,
plan for that. You know what I'm saying?
JPJ and Jalen Walker.
Yeah, so they've been really good at that. Their secondary has been pretty decent too. So I think, like I said, you protect the football. That's what you want to do. Protect the football, get some offense going, see if you can get the running game going. I mean, who faced the Falcons this week? I forget who was it. Um, oh, the Colts,
I was about to
obviously.
say, I was like, wait, you're talking about. I was confused if you were talking about the same thing.
Oh yeah, the Colts. The Colts just rushed for like over 300 yards against the Falcons.
Yeah.
So the Panthers should lean heavily on the run game. Get Rico Dowdle going early and lean heavily on that, and then set up the play action. The Tet and T Mac and Jalen Coker. You know what I'm saying? So that should help. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? But
we
lean on
need
that
to
running game.
move. Honestly, we really, really, truly need to move Jalen Coker into the Z and make Xavier Leggett just kind of a flanker, moves, maybe like almost a tight end that like does like fun little gadgety stuff, you
Gadget
know?
plays. Yeah. Get
And
him.
he'll be the best at it. He'll be the
Yeah,
best at it because he has the skills of a wide receiver
for
almost,
sure.
but not quite. But like, you know what I mean? Like, so I would love to see him in that role. And then Jalen Coker, who doesn't have the physical talents that Xavier Leggett has, but is more technically sound, to
Yeah,
just do play in and play out, be right here.
definitely. But yeah, man, we're expecting another good week. Hopefully, we see some good football. Should be some good games, some other good games. I think the Seahawks play the Rams and some other good games this week too. So, looking forward to it. Chiefs play the Broncos. I think that should be a good game.
That should be fun.
Eagles play the Lions. That should be a good game. There's a lot of good games around the league. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a good week. Panthers. Hopefully, we come back with a Panthers dub
Oh
and
man.
some
It better be.
and hopefully the Colts in a good position, still up atop the AFC with people losing below them. Yeah, but should be a good week. Um, just go Panthers, go Colts, keep pounding and for the shoe. John, any last words?
Yeah, no, we need to win this game. I'm gonna crash out. If you see this face again and we did not beat the Falcons, just know I'm about to crash out.
No more positive, John, for you anymore.
Nope.
Oh man, y'all have a good week.
Deuces.